About a week ago, my friend and I went out to have lunch. Nothing fancy. It was an outdoors place, and by the time we got there to have lunch, all the tables were filled up, except one table in the corner. So we chose that table, and not long afterwards, two other young ladies came to have their lunch, and they joined the table. About an hour later, my friend's husband walks in with his friend. So we waved and got his attention, and he came over to our table. And then instead of talking to us, he leaned over and was talking to the two young ladies. It was obvious he knew them quite well. So we were waiting. And then all of a sudden he turned around and said to us, do you know who they are? We both said no. And then he mentioned, oh, they're the daughters of so-and-so person. The way he mentioned it, he expected both of us to know who they were. My friend almost screamed, and then he looked really excited as well. Truth be told, I didn't have the faintest clue whom they were talking about. But seeing their reaction, I went along with it and I said, oh my goodness, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. And we exchanged pleasantries and everything. Thing is, I mentioned my name and it was as though, oh well. My friend did the same. She introduced herself. Same thing. We didn't even know their names. Yet the three of us were talking over each other, trying to hold a conversation. Referring to them as the daughters of so and so person already implies that they're the heir of a very important person. It's a lot like referring to somebody as the son of David. Now, even though the latter is just formality, when you say son of David, that's actually a title, much like calling somebody the Duke of Sussex or the Princess of Wales. It's a title because it comes with a specific role or task. The son of David was to build the temple for the Lord. Firemen put out fires. Nurses tend to the sick. Sons of David build temples. Solomon was that son of David, and he required one thing to build a temple. He required wisdom. And I know what you're thinking. Solomon asked for wisdom to govern God's people. But did you know that even that request requires wisdom? He knew he wasn't competent enough and asked for help. Other people would have acted in ego. The Hebrew word for wisdom is hokmah, even though that word sometimes can double as skill or ability. Exodus 31 verses 3 says, I have filled him with the Spirit of God, with ability, which is hokmah, intelligence, knowledge in all craftsmanship. This statement was making reference to Bezalel when building the tabernacle of Israel. Scriptures teach us that building the tabernacle, God's dwelling place, needed wisdom from God, hokmah. God has always wanted a place where he could fellowship with his people. Now, this is arguable depending on how you look at it. But the creation of the world kind of echoed the creation of a temple, a place for God to dwell with mankind. And the Garden of Eden was the first temple-like structure. And that in itself was created with wisdom. Let's take a look at Psalms 104 verses 24. O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom, hokmah, you have made them all. The pattern of the temple building son of David continues right into the New Testament. And Christ, the one greater than Solomon, is the true son of David. You can find that in Matthew 9:27. So we shouldn't be surprised to read that Jesus grew up in wisdom, or that he foretold he would rebuild the temple of his body, which he built into a holy temple for God. Now, all Christians are said to be living stones within this new temple structure. Our identity in Christ means we are also sons of David. Our specific role or task is to build temples. How? Our gospel work builds on the existing foundation. Through evangelism, new living stones, which are new converts, are placed within the temple. And through discipleship, existing ones are fortified. Now, God has given wisdom in craftsmanship, in creativity, and through Jesus in evangelism. So no matter your chosen field, you have a specific role as a son of David to build temples, to win souls, even through that role. You just have to ask for wisdom on how to do it. If you're a salesperson, for instance, you're already specialized in delivering a perfect pitch. If you're a teacher, your students are not only learning calculations, but your ideology on life is shaping their minds and who they become in future. If you're a content creator, you can sometimes include life-changing biographies of people who have survived and lived through faith and afflictions, and your effort will be rewarded. Now, let's take a look at what happened to Solomon, who asked for wisdom to build temples through his chosen field as a king. 1, he was given a wise and discerning heart. 2, he was given riches and honor that no king could compare to him. And finally, he was given long life, but that was based on his obedience. Namaste.